Morning, Jules here. Welcome to my channel. So today what we're doing is using up some scrap papers, coffee dyed papers, or just if you want to get rid of some paper. So what we've made is we've made some page flaps with some journaling space, and we've secured it down with a little button. Now that button there, I've got a die cut and that's what I used. However, I know not everybody's got button dies, so this was just a circle. I punched some holes in it, and I've got one here, and this one I just decided to mix in with the page, and this is just a bit of birthday card that I cut up, and I just clear embossed it. I did put some interference ink on it to give it that pearlized look, and there we've got that. So you've got journaling space there, there and there. This one I did put a little bit of book page on the back and just ripped it, ink drowned it, and we've got journaling space there and there. So it's kind of secret journaling space. No, that's just bits and pieces that's to go in that. And I just stamped on them. You can see that one's not a perfect stamp. I think I used tumbled glass. And I've got another piece there. That one I just did, and I was just practicing with what my inks look like. That's Harmony Spectrum Noir. That is Smoked Pearl. This one's done in Seal Brown, Friar Brown, Seal Brown. These are done in the Mementos, so I'm just using, and you can see I'm not using any particular shapes. That can go on a journal that way at the top of the page, or it can go in that way. And I've just took another piece of paper that's smaller. There, another pattern. That's the Fleur de Lis. Another stamp that I got. Most of these stamps, some of them are Tim Holtz, some of them I've got from Timu. Another one, that one didn't even fit the page. And that's all I did. Now, I can stamp in front here, but I don't think that's what you want to see. You all know how to stamp. So we'll start with this one first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around it. So I've got a little bit of parchment paper. It just saves my silicone mat. And I'm going to use walnut stain, I think, and just ink round it. And the paper's cabbage dyed paper, so it's a bit grey blue, which I quite like. And I decided I was going to fold it over there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of book page on there. And it's not an old book page, it's probably from the mid-1900s, but it doesn't matter. Tales and Tellers. So and we'll just put that on there, like that, just in the middle. And that's another way of using up your book pages. I mean, you can use modern book pages, anything. I'm just going to fold this flap over And I'm going to use my book page. I want a little bit showing. We'll move this out the way because I don't really want to get glue on that. And just have a little border of book page. And if it's an old book, it'll just rip no problem. And this one I'm going to take right down to the flap. And these bits you can use for stamping on. And then I'm just going to go around the edges. And I think I need to re-ink my inks. Now I'm going to stick this one in my Tartan Hearts journal, so I do want it a little bit red on it. I'm going to fold that flap back over. Bring this back in. And it doesn't matter if it creases, it just makes it look old. And we'll do it on both sides. It doesn't have to be perfectly inked. The more imperfectly inked it is, the better it looks. And if you wanted, you could put some creases in and then just ink the creases like that. It just makes it look that little bit older. And we'll stick that back down there. Yep. I'm going to put that pin in there. I've just filled my glue bottle back up. And then stick that down there like that. That will go over there like that, and then we've got a perfect flap. Now, as I said, I want a little bit of red in this. Now I'm just going to see what's on here. A little bit of pink. And I think this is just a mix of lumberjack plaid, Victorian velvet, and probably a bit of candied apple. And if you're using a digital, you can use some of the, the digital bits to go on it. So I'm just looking to see what I've got. Right, I've got this one, and all I'm doing is I'm just ripping just a small bit of that. It's got a little bit of tartan on it. You can put that there, and we'll do a little bit here. We'll put that up there. And again, so if you've, when you're doing your digitals and making pockets and you've got offcuts and things like that, this is where you use these bits. So if you've just got pretty scrapbook papers from a scrap pad, I'm just inking round that. I've added some more beads to my, because I keep losing it. So I thought if I make it a bit bulkier, I might find it. and I'm going to put that one up there. And you could just make a lot of these. I mean, what I'm doing is I'm going to mass make these, so I've got them to go in other journals that I'm making, because I've got spring journals coming up that they'll go with. I've got a dragonfly journal coming up, I've got a bee journal, I've got quite a not journals, well, yeah, digitals coming up, so these will all go with the journals I'm going to make with the digitals. I've got quite a few digitals coming out. So I've probably got about 2 a month. And what I want to do is I want to put some numbers on there. So I've got, again, I got this from Temu. It hasn't got a name. You just need to go on and look on Temu and put number stamps and just look at what there is. So I think we'll have this one 20 cents. And I'm just going to stamp it with put it that way. And there we are, got that one. Got another number one here, and I'm going to put a number here, but I'm going to use the VersaFine Smoky Grey. And I'm going to put that one there, and that'll do there. And then we'll bring this journal back in. I still haven't put all the pockets in. I will put the pockets in, and so decide where I want this. See, that would be good because it would hide that, and then you've got a surprise under there, but I really don't want to hide that, so these are coming up. Don't want to put one on the opposite page, quite like that. Yep, that'll do. And all I do is I just, this little flap here, and I'm just spreading it with my finger a little bit, and then just leave enough room at the bottom to get your button or your flap. If they're quite heavy, you don't need anything, that will just flap open, but I'm liking putting the buttons on, so I've got 2 here. That's a blue one, that's a green one. I think we'll have the green one, and I'm just going to put some, and I did the 4 buttonholes. So just poke one in, put it up next to it, put it over diagonal. You can fasten, you can put 2 buttonholes in, or you can put 4. Pull it to the length you want, because you don't want a lot. You can use embroidery floss, so you could, you know, do coloured. You can use string, you can use wool. Wool's another, I've got some nice wools there that would do, and then tie it in a double knot. and then cut it quite short. And then sometimes what I like to do, I'm not sure if this threads out, if you can fray it. Yeah, you can. I usually put my scissors in it like that. I'll do it closer to the camera. Put my scissors you can try and untwist it. Put on my finger. If you do that, just be careful you don't stab your finger. No. It's a bit fiddly this, but once you get that's it. And there you've got your nice frayed, and you can go over that with some ink. I might go over it with a bit pink. And it'll blend in better with the red tartan. And what I want is I want it to stick down there, so I want the glue just along there. Now once I've used embossing powders on these, you can use anything. You can use glossy accents, and what I'm doing is I'm just pressing that down there, and I'm going to hold it with a clip just to hold it like that. But you can see, and it looks quite nice. You can use these buttons to decorate your journals. So what we'll do is we'll go over this. Again, I'm going to stick book page on this. I'm going to fold the top over first, and there's no measurement, I just fold it over where I think it looks okay. It's a bit wonky, so just pull it in a little bit more there. And fold that over there. If you feel that that's too big, you can do more stamping on it. I'm going to ink round this. I'm going to use ground espresso. It's a little bit darker. Some people don't like the dark on it, but I do. And then ink around the edges, and that just makes them pop a little bit. And then go around there. And obviously the more you use it, you get less ink on this side. And this one. And if it creases, it doesn't matter. And there we've got our, and that one's sticking out of it, so all I do there is I just pull that off. It looks a bit ripped at the bottom, it doesn't matter. And then just go over that again. And what you can do is you can crease that, so just crease it up like that. Put crease across there. It just makes it look old. And then we're going to put a little bit of boot page on there. So again, fold that over. I'm just going to have a little bit of boot page sticking out because I just like the look of it. And there you can see the creases. Now you've smoothed it down. Just pull it down a little bit. Right, put that there. These out. In fact, what we'll do is we'll put them together and then we'll glue them in a bit, and then that way I can keep working with the ink. So we'll do this one. I'm going to do this one or this one. I think we'll do this one. So this one I'm going to do on the side. So I'm going to do it on this side. And I'm just using the ink that's just left on the sponge with this one because it's kind of faint, so it looks a bit faded. And boot page. Right. This is going to have more straight edges on it, but never mind. So you'll notice that I speeded some of this up because it was kind of 40 minutes. And we want to get on with the buttons. Okay, so we've got that one, whoops, that one, that one, that one, and that one. I've still got quite a few there to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these on here. So now for the buttons. So as I said, I've got a load of circles. So I've got these. These are opal light. These are reflective interference inks, and I've had these for probably about 15-20 years. I've got Arctic Emerald, Sterling Frost, Nordic Ice, Winter Rust, and Crystal Blush. Now on white card they don't really show, but on black card they do. First of all, I'm just going to put 2 holes in there. So I've got a little tiny punch, as you can see, and what I want is I want it lined with that. So I'm lining the hole with that, and I'm just remembering how much I've got. I want to line the hole with that and remembering how much had stuck out. I'm not going to get it perfect, I don't care. There you are. There, and we'll do one of these. That's got a white line in the middle, so but these are the ones that we'll work on today. I've also got some interference embossing powders. Now I've not used these in ages. I think they show quite well on black. So I've got a blue pearl and a violet pearl. These are Heritage rubber stamp embossing powders. So we'll work with these first. So all I need is a Versamark ink, and I'm just pressing like that, and I can see that it's covered. I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to get my little, and we'll do and just pour that over. Now these ones are double and triple embossed. I'll see what this is like. One of the things you should do, if you're not used to this, I've got a low blow heat tool, so I'm just going to try and keep the, so what happens if you blow over that, it'll blow all over your craft room. So I'm trying to keep it out of the direction of the And there you can see it's starting to take, and it's going the blue. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that off there, put it on the end. Dip that back in there. And there we have. Now that was black like that. You don't have to have these, you can use any kind, you know, you can ink, you can use white card, ink them with your fancy inks or paints, and then cover them with clear. So we'll put that one back in there. Yep, it's covered. I thought it wasn't covered, it was covered. Let's put that back over there, and then we'll do the violet. There you are, and be careful because it is molten hot, so I'm just, there you are. So that's the two Heritage embossing powders. I think you can still get them, and once these are cool, you know, they go quite stiff. So we'll have a go at these, and what I'm going to use is this is actually thick embossing powder. I've just put it in this pot, so it's like triple thick, so I think we'll do that one. I think we'll do these ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what these are like. So this is pink, and these have like an extra case on them, and it's to keep them. So I'm just dipping it in there. Now I can see, I don't know whether you can, but I can definitely see there's like there's a covering on there. And I'm going to put some of this triple, well, thick. It's kind of more like a sugar, this stuff. The granules are a lot thicker. I don't know whether you can see them. They're not as I don't know whether you can see that, but it's definitely got the crystal blush, the metallic look in it. Nordic ice. And I'm just pressing the button in, and I can see it's got like a to get the ends. So there you can see, I don't know whether you can, if I lift this light up. And you can see it's got like a pearlescent effect. Yep. So this is one way of making buttons. You don't have to have them this size, you can have them any size. So that was one I made earlier, that was just black with the it was the Nordic. So there you can see the two different. That's got like that, like a turquoisey iridescent effect in the background. That one you can see it definitely on the black. These are the interference inks, the blue pearl and the violet pearl, and that one is the crystal blush. And it's a way of making nice little buttons to decorate your journals. So I've got these. This one was sent to me in a swap, a happy mail. So we'll see what's on the end of this, because it's a little bit thinner. There we are. And I think we'll put that one in there. Pull it through like that, and then just tie it in a knot. I usually keep it on the thread until I've tied it in a knot, because I'm quite frugal with me threads, especially when they've come all the way from America. And that's the only bit I've wasted, and then I'm just putting my scissors through that. And if you want to, you can cut that a little bit shorter. Now what have we got here? I think we'll do a little bit of this brown on here. So again, just push it through. You can use the edge of your scissors. Again, tie it in a knot. I always tie it in a double knot. Again, that's the only bit we've wasted. And because it's wool, it's easily frayed. I quite like these multicoloured ones because you get a different, and that looks quite effective. What have we got on this one? I'll try this one. No, in fact what I'm going to use is I'm going to use baker's twine. So I'll use the blue baker's twine on this one. Or should we use it on that one? Yeah, I'm going to use it on the violet one. Again, if it won't go through, just poke it through with your tweezers or your scissors. You can use string, you can use garden twine, whatever. not the greatest scissors for cutting twine, these. And again, you can fray these bits out. If you have like a little brush, you know, the brush that you do with your eyelashes, you'd be able to fray these out. So that's that one. Got some black. I think this has been wrapped around parcels that I've, you know, when I've got Christmas presents or birthday presents. My daughter's a great one for wrapping everything up with twine, and I always keep it. She just says, "Here, Mum, you can have the roll." I'm going to put the black one through. And there's the black and white one, and we'll do the, oh, I've got some of this baker's twine as well. So this is one that I got, it's got gold thread in it. I can't remember where I got it. I think I might have got it from the range here in the UK. If I've bought it abroad, it's been in Cyprus at Jumbo, but I think it was the range. And this is more string coloured, but it's got a gold thread through it, which makes it quite nice looking. Fray that out, the thread, and I'll keep that because that'll go on like little clusters and things like this video. I've certainly enjoyed your company while I've been playing, because that's exactly what I've been doing. But we've got lots of bits of ephemera to go in our journals. And we've got some pretty buttons. You can see the violet and the blue and the green. You can see they all go nice. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.